So right in front of us is two brand new laptops on the ROG Strix, and this one is a Strix 16. No, not the Strix 16. Okay, this is the SCAR 16, while the one I have here is the SCAR 18. Basically, they are from the same series, just with a different size and some hardware configuration differences from there. As we all know, the SCAR series has been around for quite some time, and back then it was like trying to be the laptops for you to have a AAA title gaming experience on the go, because back then we also got the Hero series, but that was no more.
A story for another day.
Yeah. So in this video, we will go through both of these models and then to find out like which one is the most suitable for your use case. So let's get started there, because we have quite a lot of things we need to talk about this.
Okay, let's proceed.
Okay, these 2025 models, they have a facelift for the laptops, and I think the most significant change this time around is the design here, because last time they did some of the anime matrix changes as well.
Yes.
And we have to let you know that the back of the lid is actually an aluminium piece with custom CNC. All of these holes are custom drilled from the machining.
So it takes them a very long time just to drill one out.
Yeah, for this. And another thing is that they also, I would say, overhaul their RGB for this thing, because back then we have three-sided RGB at the bottom, but this time around we have like 360 no scope RGB.
Yes. So you can see
around here. I mean, there's a reason why they can achieve this. Like back then, we know there's a problem with the RGB strip underneath the chassis, is because they have a specific ribbon cable that is connected to the bottom, and there are some users that actually, when they remove the bottom panel, and they actually just yank it away and gone, the cable it is. But why they can achieve it this time around is they make quite a huge change for the bottom chassis. I know you are a big fan of this thing.
Yes, I'm a very big fan of it.
Maybe you should demo for the
I should
16,
demo.
because the 16 one is really impressive.
So it's easy, you can do it with just two hands. Pull this latch. Done.
My goodness.
It's that simple.
It's the same for the 18 as well. So I just release the latch. And yes, this is, I would say this is the most impressive part for the 2025 SCAR series, because of this chassis design. Because of this, you also don't have to worry about the ribbon cables for the RGB cable.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So you can access through the internals straight away. You can upgrade your SSD and RAMs, and even service your cooling fans, because we know some of the laptops bottom chassis with those grills, and you cannot reach the fans unless you have to dismantle a lot of parts.
It's not the easiest to take out the fans to clean, but at least you can use a blower to blow in.
Yeah, but at least now you can just use a brush or something to
brush it off. So you have your two sodium RAM slots.
Yes, same here, sodium RAM slots here.
What's the RAM speed?
Oh, you asked me RAM speed.
Yes, I asked you RAM speed.
If not mistaken, it's at 5600.
Yes.
And they both of them are 32 gigabytes.
Okay.
Configurations, I think, is depending on different countries. They have different SKUs. So that will be, you have to check with your local configurations of that.
Then one thing I realized, double SSD slots, but this one is
for the 18,
populated.
We have two SSDs populated. They run in RAID 0. 2 terabytes plus 2 terabytes. That means you have in total 4 terabytes of storage. Plentiful enough for all your modern games. I mean, especially some of those games have like over 100 gigabytes of stuff. Who knows what kind of assets they are using.
Assets. But anyway, the SSD, they're using something similar to their motherboards as well. So you have this latch here.
They call this Q latch, but I don't know if this...
I don't know if it's the same name for a laptop,
Yeah.
but either way, toolless, no screw.
Basically, a lot of the design here, they share in the similarities, especially like the battery. Same 90 watt hour battery. Enough for you to carry on your flights, international flights, because it's under 100 watt hours.
Yes.
And these covers for the heat pipes and the vapor chamber it's quite good design, I would say, because it gives a clean aesthetics, and also it functions in a way that directs the airflow.
Yes.
From just to focus the airflow in one direction to the back, which is the heatsink.
Yes.
Yes, this time they no longer have a heatsink that on the side that blows hot air out. Everything, all the hot air goes out from the back.
And it's still impressive that they managed to put in 360 RGB, because previously this was not there because of the heat pipes.
Yes.
The heat sink.
I mean, the heatsinks and everything is there.
And
but,
also triple fan. First time we saw this was back in the Flow X16, correct? Flow X16 was a super thin one, and then the third fan was blowing the RAM. But now the RAM doesn't seem to be cool, but at least you've got more airflow channeling inside.
Yeah, they're channeling in through here, over here. So that's one thing for the chassis design. Also, that means that at the back here, you won't have any ports.
Yes.
All the ports are found on the left and right side. And for both 18 and 16-inch models, they share the same port configuration. Right side, 2 USB-A ports. At the far end, at least if you plug in your mouse, it won't get in the way.
Yes. Yep. I find it to be super annoying.
On the left side, again, we start from the one that we know the best, your 3.5 inch.
3.5 inch?
Oh no. The audio jack and 2 USB-C supports the Thunderbolt 5.
Okay.
Another USB Type-A port, HDMI 2.1, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port.
Okay, and then new proprietary
charging port. It supports up to, I think, 380 watts. Okay, now once we open both laptops, and you can see, obviously 18-inch and 16-inch laptop, they have different, actually more like just a size difference only.
Yes.
The panel technology, they are the same.
Yes.
The full name is Nebula HDR. These are mini LED panels.
What?
They have over 2,000 dimming zones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, so thin.
Yes, it's this thin.
They managed to pack anime vision.
Anime vision, mini LED display to this thing. To be honest, they look absolutely phenomenal, especially for the 18-inch ones. It is damn sharp, and I really like how the lights, when you enable HDR in games, the light and dark places are very stark in difference. Okay. I don't know if we can show this later on, but yeah.
A bit difficult on camera, but
camera is very difficult. Yeah, and also it is because when you watch this on your different kind of devices, the result may be different also.
And especially since we're gonna down compress this to SDR.
Yeah, and of course there are some arguments about the hinge here, because this is as far as you can go.
It's fine.
I mean, it's fine. I don't know if there's any use case that you want to open your screen up to like 180 degrees flat. But for a gaming laptop, I think this is fine, because sometimes these kind of parts can be fragile on a laptop.
Oh, this one is made out of metal. And okay, for me, I would personally just prop up this laptop even higher, better angle, and then use controller to play game. Yeah,
there are a lot of users when they want to, use a gaming laptop for maximum kind of cooling capabilities. They will prop it up like this, or some of them they still use laptop coolers. I know. Yeah. But also another thing that we can straight away see the difference is the keyboard for both 16 and 18 inch. Obviously, when you have more real estate here, you can put in the number pad here. So 16 inch, you have to rely on this, what do you call this again?
Number pad.
So there are a lot of people saying, why they can't have a 16 inch with this numpad, physical numpad. I think this is a rather personal preference thing. I would not have a physical number pad, because I would prefer everything centered when you type. Since the hardware configuration differs for different country by country, in Malaysia, the 18 will come up to RTX 5090, or you can also opt for a 5080 graphics card. But for the 16 inch, you can only get for RTX 5090. The one we review right here is RTX 5080.
Yes.
It's a sample. So, but in Malaysia, you might not be able to purchase it.
Okay, let's also talk about the TGP because a lot of people will ask. 175 watts.
Max TGP.
Yes.
The standard TGP is 150, but for different brands, their configuration can go up to 175. And then when you want to like compare the difference performance between the RTX 5090 laptop and the 5080 laptop, it's about 10% of a FPS difference. Like in our test of the Cyberpunk 2077, without turning on the frame generation, with just basic DLSS, everything maxed up, ray tracing overdrive. The 5090 can go for about like 50 FPS, 48 to 50 FPS, while the 5080 is going at about 44 to 45 FPS. This is roughly 10% of the FPS difference from that. But then when you like scale it up with turning on the frame generation and all those things, then you see the number gets bigger gap.
Okay.
There. So when I just turn on 2 times the frame generation, this one, the 5090 can go up to like almost 100 FPS, while the 5080 is about 90 FPS range. At the end of the day, 18-inch and 16-inch, there are different demographics. They will look for this kind of gaming laptops. You know, back then we have like 15.6-inch, 17-inch, 17.3 actually.
Okay.
So, but because of the display panel market is shifting towards a slightly different, like a 16:10 aspect ratio. That's why all of these display, they started to change the standards. So there are still 15.6-inch laptops around, but higher ends one, they have like fixed 16-inch and 18-inch. Like this one, this is 16:10 aspect ratio. So like some of people actually ask me like, who are the one like going to buy a 18-inch laptop as big as this one, you know? So my answer for them is always the same. This is for those who want to bring along their gaming PC. You know, gaming PC is very difficult to bring around. But a laptop like this, you just close, it's a clamshell, put inside your bag, and then you carry with you to, let's say when you work overseas for outstation for 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, this is the perfect machine that you can bring along with you. You have an amazing screen, amazing performance, everything, all in one package. Just bring it with you. So this is the concept of an 18-inch laptop. While for the 16, it's like those who prefer to bring a powerful laptop, but then they still want to have some sort of portability. Because you know, the backpacks that can fit in a 18-inch laptop is not that much. Because it insists, so we actually have another video talking about the ROG latest /4.0 backpacks.
Only one of the backpack can fit in 18-inch laptop.
Yes, that's why not many people have the ability to carry a big laptop like this. Considering like the weight of this is about 3.3 kilograms, while the 16-inch is about 2.8, like 500 grams difference from there. But this thing is much more portable compared to the others. You can fit into most of your 15.6-inch laptop bags, because the difference is not that much when you call it 16-inch.
Except for thickness.
Yeah, I mean, frankly speaking, when your backpack can fit in, it should not be a problem. Just that you will have to, don't forget about your power brick.
Yes.
This power brick easily, I think, almost 1 kilogram. Almost. Yeah. We shall leave all the specs, configuration on the screen, pricing information, because this is specifically for Malaysia market.
Yes.
If for your other markets, you will need to check with your local ASUS or ROG dealers for all the information.
Yes. Different region will have different specs, different price. So always check. It's just that if you so happen to have the exact same configuration as the one that we're showing here, then this video will be a lot more relevant.
So given that if you have, let's say 25,000 ringgit in your arsenal and trying to get for your gaming laptop, would you get this?
Yeah.
Do leave your comments down in the comment section below.
I also want to know your use case for 18-inch or 16-inch laptops.
Yeah,
that would be
that's
interesting to know.
Yeah, that would be interesting to know. So we'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah. Anime vision.
Ding, 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 ding.